Alright guys, welcome back. Another day working on the Monterey, and this might actually be the last day we're actually working on this thing, so we don't really have a whole lot to finish up. But in this video, we're going to turn this into this. Plan for today is to get a new coat of paint here on the back deck of the boat, as well as install our new swim ladder that we have. So first we'll go ahead, we'll get everything cleaned off back here and get it prepped for paint. We'll start taping everything off, and then we'll get our non-skid gel coat out, and we'll get that all mixed up. Done. We ended up going back, rough sanded the back of this. I think I hit it with 120 grit just to kind of smooth out any little patches. Rubbed it down with acetone, got the tape on there, got the corners all rounded out, and then we got the first coat of paint down. So probably one of the worst spots to paint directly under this tree, so we'll see how much junk ends up falling on this, but we'll let that dry out for a little bit, and then we'll go back, we'll hit it with probably 2 more coats. This is going to be hopefully a heavy traffic area, so I want to make sure we get enough paint down on there so it doesn't start chipping away. Once you pull the tape off, there's going to be a little bit of a raised edge from the new paint. However, that way I don't have to, at least I don't have to kind of blend it in like I did with the gel coat when we did the repair on that side. So should come out pretty nice though. We'll let that sit, dry up, and then once this is all taken care of, we'll end up re-drilling in new holes back here, bolting on that new ladder. came out really nice. The edge isn't even that noticeable, so came out pretty good. We got it tucked away in the corners pretty good, so you can't really see where it ends or where it begins. So overall, looking pretty good. Next thing's going to be to install this ladder. It's going to go right here where the original one was, but the previous one ripped out. We're going to need to go get some bolts for this. It's got 2 holes on each side. I think the plan is we're going to get some lag bolts, and we're going to throw the lag bolts through it, and then if wherever they come through on the inside, if we can reach it, I'm probably going to throw a bolt and the nut through it, so we can put some big washers on the back side of it to help, just so it doesn't, you know, pull through the fiberglass like it has in the past. All right, so we just went and got the bolts for this. We got stainless steel 1/4 inch bolts. So what we'll do is we'll line the holes up on here. We'll make little dots with a Sharpie, and then drill through that, and then we'll end up throwing the bolt through there. All right, we got the 4 holes drilled. I'm gonna use some of this Marine 5200 to seal up these holes. I think we're going to, I don't wanna fill the holes right in because that's gonna end up popping everything through. All right, so I think I'm gonna put a bead of the 5200 around the outside of this, so that way once we put it down and we kind of squish it in there, it'll be all set. And I'm gonna end up doing just one side at a time, just so I don't make a mess. I'll make the bead real quick and then I'll show you. All right, I just did 2 little circles around it just like that. That should be plenty. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. We'll do your right side first. Turning off because it was it overheated, but we got that in and it was not easy. These 2 screws were pretty simple to put in. These 2 gave us a little bit of a hard time just because of how far back into the boat you really had to stick your hand in to get to it. So there's the finished product though. We did have to shift the ladder over to the left a little more than I would have liked, mainly because of where this dip down is in the back underneath it. If we would have went any more over to the right, we would not have been able to get our hands in there to put the nuts and the bolts on, so we had to put it there, which isn't the end of the world. But when we put that in, biggest thing is making sure that when you're drawing your holes, this is flat and this is against this bumper here, so it gives you a little bit of extra support when you put weight on it. Can't do it now, but when you step on this, the ladder's making a little bit of creaking noises, but the actual base isn't moving at all. But if I stay on that, the whole boat's gonna flip up. But overall, pretty good. This is a telescoping one, so collapse down into one piece, folds there, and then I will end up getting, what's the word for it? It's like a fabric snap down button. So we'll put another screw here the fabric will go underneath it, swing over, and then clip back down on itself to hold it in place, just so that way that's not flopping around at all whenever you're driving. But pretty good. Back deck's all set. Like I said, I was going to finish polishing the right side, so that's all done as well. I need to clean everything. It's very filthy. There's a bunch of white residue from wet sanding everything, but coming along really good. I think it's probably one of the main last pieces we need. The only other thing I need to do is detail the inside, rebuild that last seat, and then should be good. And then after that, we'll start taking this thing out and testing it out. Plan actually for tomorrow is to get this thing all cleaned up and then take it out on the water for the first time. So I will be filming all that, so we'll have a video out in the next couple of days, hopefully, of us getting this out on the water and testing it out for the first time. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below, and stay tuned for the next video.